Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It certainly helps the channel. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the Robinhood and Bitstamp partnership and how big that will be as it relates to derivatives. And then we are also going to discuss RLUSD and just a lot of stuff happening. Continues to happen as we lead into 2025. So stay tuned for that. Let's take a look at pricing first. Market not doing a whole lot recently, kind of staying status quo. Bitcoin sitting at 96,000. Ethereum sitting at 3,347. Tether in the number 3 spot. XRP at the number 4 spot, sitting at 216 down. 5.5% over the last 24 hours, and Solana at the number 6 spot, sitting at 188, also down over the last 24 hours, about 4.76% there, it looks like. So not a whole lot. We expect to see things improve here as we head into the final week of 2024, and hopefully that will happen. Let's take a look at some news. First up, a longer video, but a great video you're going to want to listen to. And this gentleman's take on the Robinhood and Bitstamp partnership and how that ties in to Ripple and why it's so important. Mr. Mann here says the derivatives market is about to explode. XRP ETFs will get the green light under Trump's crypto-friendly administration. Ripple lawsuit will be dropped. XRP will soar. This is per Mr. Mann. Let's take a listen to this video. Again, it's 5 minutes long, but it's very good. Take a listen to this gentleman's feedback here.
Robinhood and Bitstamp drive XRP Ledger into the $1 quadrillion derivatives market. Now, this is a big deal. Robinhood, even though I'm not a fan of Robinhood, and Bitstamp, building this derivatives market is going to be insane, all right? Tokenized derivatives on the XRP Ledger promise 24/7 trading, instant settlements, and fractional ownership. Robinhood's acquisition of Bitstamp could significantly boost XRP's utility and adoption. All right, first I want to tell you this. The reason why all of this news is coming out, because I'm going to share something about what Brad Garlinghouse just said about real estate right now, because it's now the time to jump. Prior to these ETFs coming out in XRP, you're going to see all of the truth come out about the XRP Ledger and what they planned all along. That it's way more than just a token to run a machine for moving currencies and stable coins around the world instantaneously, right? It's a lot more than that. The reason why all this news is coming out right now and in the next couple of months is because the ETFs start firing off in the springtime. That's a foregone conclusion. But Brad Garlinghouse, the leaders of Ripple, want everybody around the world to know what's coming on this blockchain. And they want all of these hedge fund managers to know so that they can start talking to their clients about it, or their clients are calling them saying, I want that ETF. Buy it, buy it, buy it, okay? This is gonna send shockwaves through the price action, because you're gonna see volume pick up exponentially, right? And then again, you'll see XRP taken off of the open market and stored away into the rich hands, right? The money managers and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy to spot. All right. Let's, there's going to be signs. All right, here we go. The XRP Ledger is just about to change the financial world with the imminent possibility of tokenization of derivatives. It tokenizes fractional financial contracts such as futures, options, and swaps as digital assets built on the blockchain, consequently remove some of the inefficiencies bound to legacy systems. According to researcher Mark Avery, fractional ownership also allows retail investors to trade high-value derivatives with lower capital. Now, think about this. In the stock realm, obviously you can only trade, Monday through Friday, whatever the hours are, right? So here's the question I want to ask you right now. Think about when stocks, they go, hey, our stock's gotten overpriced. Nobody can afford it. It's $100, it's $1,000, or whatever, a share. We need to do a split. So they double the amount of shares, they split the price, and nothing changed the market cap, right? Except they know a bunch of people with not a lot of money can buy the stock. Think about how valuable amazing assets when they're tokenized and split into fractional shares will be as far as people wanting to own things that they normally could not. They did not have access to it. I'll give an example. Berkshire Hathaway stock. What I'm saying is, can you imagine being able to buy a part of Berkshire Hathaway and be able to sit inside of the success that is the machine of Warren Buffett, right? So that broke down into a very simple sort of thing. That's what we're talking about with derivatives on the XRP ledger, right? So it says speculation over Robinhood's acquisition of Bitstamp, coupled with rumors of a Bitstamp building a derivative exchange on the XRPL, suggests that this is going to be one very ambitious play for institutional adoption. The combination would definitely turn high trading volumes on the XRPL through the combination of a huge retail user base in the case of Robinhood with the more conservative yet robust reputation in an exchange presented by Bitstamp. Okay, so what does that mean? When they're talking about high trading volumes on the XRPL ledger, remember, every time an XRP is moved on that ledger, a little bit of that, a tiny bit of the transaction cost disappears forever. All right? And that part of the code wasn't actually enacted in 2014. It hasn't been around this whole time. And already 13 million XRP are gone forever. Okay? And I know it sounds crazy, 100 billion. I'm going to be honest with you. What do you think the possibility, type yes or no, the possibility of one day Ripple going, you know what, let's burn 100 billion tokens. Just burn them, destroy them. But after everything's running, think about what that would do to the value of not your coins. They don't care about your coins. They care about their coins and all of the banks that invested. See, if they all of a sudden went, yeah, let's burn 100 billion from us, just burn it, destroy it. Now instead of, there's what, $987 billion, is that right? It's 100 billion. 980, you know the numbers. They just all of a sudden cut it down by 100 billion. Do you know what that's going to do to the value? It's going to go up. That's how the world works.
So there you have a great find from Mr. Man there on the power of Robinhood, Bitstamp, and Ripple partnership as it relates to the derivatives market. And the XRP ETFs are going to get approved sometime next year with the crypto-friendly administration. So a lot of great news coming out of the XRPL. Next up here, Jake Claver says, people speculate about institutions piling into assets like XRP and HBAR would cause prices to skyrocket. The reality, they're already here, buying quietly through sophisticated methods. I'm not going to go through this, but I highly encourage you to follow Jake and go through this thread because it's very good about how they're buying, how much they're buying, and how it impacts the markets. So give Jake a follow. He does great work. Also doing great work is Armando Pantoja. He says here, within the next 20 years, harnessing nuclear power will be crucial for humanity to advance the next stage of civilization. And he says here, he's naming a coin, OKLO. Innovative nuclear reactors are revolutionizing energy. This is easy to see coming and will be great ROI for so many. I haven't looked into this coin yet, so of course none of this is financial advice, but I'm going to look into this because I do know he's right about harnessing nuclear power. There's already major corporations investing in nuclear power. So I got to believe this coin will have potential. So do your own research. Coming from Mr. Mann again, he says now that a harmonizing of regulation can take place in the EU as non-compliant stablecoin providers exit, like Tether, there is still a timeline for instant payment regulations, IPR, spanning from January 9th, 2025 to January 9th, 2027. So he's basically saying they're going to start to implement instant payment regulations, but it's going to take, a period of 2 years to be finalized. It's going to start early 2025, but it's not going to be finalized until 2027. We'll see how that impacts things, but regardless, it's positive as they're moving towards stricter regulations. Smoke Dog here says RLUSD, which is the Ripple stablecoin, FOMO is quietly building. He says, retweets here from Bullish account. We're pleased to announce that at Ripple's regulated stablecoin, RLUSD is now available on Bullish. Starting today, eligible regions can trade the following markets, and he lists those out. So great stuff there from Smoke Dog. Here from Black Swan Capitalist, he says predictions. Here are the facts. USDT, which is Tether, will be delisted globally for shady practices, while XRP's regulatory clarity sets the stage for a new financial framework. As liquidity shifts to RLUSD, the only globally regulated institutional stablecoin, XRP will take the lead. And he's reposting here from Cointelegraph, which is giving predictions for 2025 on stablecoins. This market's only going to continue to grow because it's quicker and it's faster, and institutions are starting to come on board. Those are the facts. Now let's take a listen to another video here from Wall Street Bulls. He said, World Forum 2024, the world is buzzing about XRP and RLUSD. Trillions of dollars in liquidity are set to flow into XRPL by January 2025. Attendees of this forum include CIA intelligence analyst Andrew Kim, another gentleman, associate professor at UC of Berkeley, and others. So this is just happening, World Knowledge Forum in 2024. Let's take a listen to this gentleman as he talks about cross-border payments and how they are coming to fruition here. Take a listen.
Out financial intermediary. 15 years ago it was that we had the first Bitcoin.
My apologies there. Let's get back to it.
15 years ago it was that we had the first Bitcoin transaction in 2009. At that time, the paper that launched Bitcoin said the goal was a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, so people could send money directly to one another without financial intermediaries. Okay, so we'll eventually call that real-time gross settlement. It means you just send one payment from one person to another without anyone in the middle. So that was the dream 15 years ago. If we look forward to what's happened today, look back now from 2024 over the past 15 years, payment systems have actually greatly improved. When I mean greatly improved, I'll talk about in terms of speed, convenience. Convenience is a mobile phone because now so many payments are on the phone, and access, that people who don't have any access to the financial system or didn't now do. So payment systems have greatly improved, but it's with fintech and without blockchain. The only successful blockchain sortie there's been, sortie I mean a very small attack if you like, the only successful blockchain there's been in large scale payment systems has been in cross-border payments. So
cross-border payments. So we will come back to that in his second video. I probably won't have time to give it all to you, but I'm going to get to the point where he's talking about Ripple in the second.
As far as access goes. Okay, now so Bitcoin is one thing that trades on a blockchain. You can have other things trading on blockchain, the tokens, and that's XRP. And this is public permissionless. So anyone can, that follows the rules can kind of join and participate in this blockchain. It's open and public, okay? So the way the system works is if I want to send this money, I will look in Ripple's system and look for someone to quote me a price for essentially changing my dollars into yuan. If I find something that I like, I will do this transaction. So this depends on what Ripple calls its on-demand liquidity system. And then if it works in seconds. But I just want to point out what it's depending on. Like the blockchain dream is to have no financial intermediaries, but you're depending on someone willing to buy your dollars and sell you the token, and then on the other side to buy your token and give you yuan. So you're relying on you're relying on a set of market participants. So maybe it's not exactly the same as a bank, but it's similar, right? So you're relying on market liquidity to get this to work.
So good stuff there that Ripple gets mentioned in this forum. Listen, the bottom line is, why would they use it? It's faster. It's cheaper. It involves less people. It involves holding less funds, large amounts of funds for longer periods, takes away risk. So that's absolutely why they would use it. Tremendous to see here. Good find from Wall Street Bulls.
As access goes. Okay, now I want to come back to cross-border payments.
And pause that. But that's what we got for you today, folks. Thanks for jumping on. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel, and we will see you on the flip side.